Alright, I just remembered what the last video, the last scheduled video of the day should be about. I don't want to throw this on the ground. I know the struggle. The last scheduled video of the channel should be about, okay? Hold up. Beautiful flowers, huh? Very beautiful. Obama. I don't know. I was a kid. I didn't know what in the world what was going on in the political world, obviously. Why? Because I was a kid, all right? So I have no clue. That is not her. Oh, that is. Okay, okay. When I said that was not her, in the former video I recorded before this one, I was referring to a pretty brunette who was walking over here, and I said I was going to approach her if she walked too close. Well, she hasn't, so I'll leave that alone. Goodbye, pretty. Thanks for being pretty. But anyway, so Obama. Well, when I was a kid, I mean, I was more into that whole pro-black stuff. When I was a kid, I mean, not intentionally, but I guess just because my family at the time, my childhood family, was so up into that black stuff. So they really endorsed Obama to become president and stuff like that. And him winning, obviously, I felt some type of way. Not exactly because I was just simply following the crowd. Yeah, I was following the crowd and everything. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm going to have to talk loud. I was just simply following the crowd because I was a kid. I didn't know no better, especially about politics and stuff like that. But what I do know is when Obama was in office, he was doing whatever. What made me question him being sus was the fact, and I was a kid, all right? 15 years old, teenager. Oh my gosh, why people keep walking. All right, when I was a kid, 2015, when they passed that gay people could get married, I was extremely confused in why in the world they would do something like that. Why in the world the president would do something like that. I was confused, so that already gave me a very interesting look about him. Even I was that young. But I was just confused to why in the world he would do that. Obama would do that. So, I guess I can fast forward all the way up to 2020 when Trump versus Biden took place. At the time, I wasn't endorsing any president because I still was young. I was 20 years old. I didn't really understand what politics was all about. But what I do know, the Democrats definitely pushed the whole LGBT stuff, and all that, all the woke stuff, which I didn't like. So I was more accepting if Trump got in office back in the 2020 election. All right, I was more accepting if he got in office. Okay, why? Because one, he won before, and he was, reversing all this woke stuff that was passed by Obama and everything. So Trump already had my semi-support. I even made a video about that, okay? I already made a video about that even way back in 2016 when he was first elected. Announced that he would be, the elected president for 2016 or whatever. He won the 2016 election, stuff like that. So the first thing I've noticed with the Biden-Harris administration, I moved in Atlanta at the time, and oh my gosh, immediately that city was woke. Just down low. I learned about the concept of down low men and stuff like that, which is weird to me. Like, I don't understand how you straight and doing junk with men. Like, it doesn't make sense, okay? I understand as men we're very transactional and we need to get our nut off to get it off, but that does not negate the fact that the practice that you're doing is indeed homosexual. I'm not saying he's gay, but the practice indeed itself is gay. Therefore, it's an extension of yourself, probably. I don't know. I'm not going to jump to conclusions or whatever. But anyways, Joe Biden, who was Obama's vice president pick, he became president. And that was very interesting to me. All right? And then not only that, Joe Biden, he chose a woman to be vice president. He kept saying black woman, but the black woman didn't look like the typical, African featured black woman, all right? She didn't even look mixed. If anything, she looked Indian. So there was that. Oh. So, I didn't like the fact Joe Biden was in office because I knew he was pushing all this woke stuff and everything. I didn't mind a woman being vice president. I don't mind, me personally, I don't mind. I'll even give it the all clear if a woman is a vice president. Please stop, it's a red light. And then I have the right of way. Thank you. Anyway, so, see, look. I have the right of way. But anyways, like I was saying, I personally do not mind. I don't mind they still ran the red light. At least they waited, yielded, and stuff like that. But anyways, I don't mind if a woman is vice president. If a woman is selected as vice president. I don't mind, okay? Though I would prefer to have a male president and male vice president. I would prefer it to be that way. Personally, I don't mind. I don't mind if a woman is vice president, okay? Why I say that is because it kind of mimics the biblical way of, order. God over man, man over wife, wife over children, and household over neighbor, all right? But mainly specifically God over man, man over woman, woman over children. Specifically that dynamic. So to me, it mimicked that. That's why I was fine with the vice president being a woman. I was fine with Kamala Harris being I was fine with the vice president being a woman. All clear. And if it happens in the future, I don't mind, okay? I don't mind. But still, though, the only thing I didn't support about her back in the day was what she's standing for. Clearly, she's standing for what Biden is doing, so which is woke stuff. So I already didn't like this. I didn't like this. So, yeah, there's that. Now, fast forwarding to the 2024 election, when Joe Biden, the Democrats, y'all did it to yourselves. They did it to themselves. They were starting to realize. Thank you. They actually, Anna's a pretty white woman too. But anyways, she wore glasses. Kind of cute. But anyways, I think my glasses falling off. Anyways, during the 2024 election, Obama, his stupid ass. His stupid ass over here trying to lecture black men, lecture black men or who to vote for. Let me specifically talk to the brothers. With his, hold up, I need to mimic Obama's demeanor. Now that's a better pillar right there. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm going. Joe Biden, he stepped down for running as president, and then Kamala Harris was selected to become to run for president for 2024, and Obama, his stupid ass over here, like this, talking about, let me specifically talk to the brothers. Let me specifically talk to the brothers. If you think about voting for a certain person who clearly hates you, you need to be more educated. And it's showing that he clearly hates you, and he's racist. He's a racist, this, that, and all that stuff. Kamala Harris is clearly qualified to become president. So yeah, that's what Obama was saying and everything. That's what Obama was saying, trying to lecture black men. I made a whole video about that, and the dude is walking his way. He made I responded to that, and Obama was over here trying to lecture black men to vote for Kamala. All right, like just because Trump is a racist and everything. It didn't work. It didn't work, Obama. It absolutely did not work. And because of that, Trump won, okay? I voted for Trump. And I will possibly vote for him again for a third term, which I know that runs a lot of opinions around here, but I won't get too much in that topic. But I'm almost at my destination. The nail in the coffin, I'm at the walk slower. The nail in the coffin is when Obama talking about men need gay men. Little boys needs a male role model and a gay male role model. This man was never a good president. Obama, he was a terrible president. And whatever reason, black people, they just keep voting for him and keep supporting this man as if he's the black messiah. Look, I do agree with Obama. Stop treating me as a messiah. You need a great Democratic person. But right now, the Democrats ain't proving anything, any kind of stability and stuff like that. Obama was a terrible president. I'm starting to see it right now, okay? And recently, he's been found to be interfering with Russia as far as the 2016 election and stuff like that. That Tulsi Gabbard she did whatever to find out that Obama and Hillary was doing some junk, I guess, so Hillary could win the election or whatever. I don't know, but apparently Tulsi Gabbard is saying this is treason. Obama deserves to be in jail. Now, personally, my own opinions of Obama going to jail was, if he goes to jail, right? If he done whatever he's done, and considering he was the president, and he pretty much breached the Constitution as a president, which is treason, I think he needs to go to jail or prison or whatever. I don't know about for life though. Even though I wouldn't be surprised, the sanctions will be harsher because you was a former president. I get that part, but I don't want to. If you did what you did and then they sentenced you to prison, personally, and you deserve it, okay? But that's the thing. If he's sent to prison, the Democrats gonna hate this. Oh, this is a racist attack and stuff like that. But the thing is, Obama said it out of his own mouth. No one is above the law. No one is above the law. If Trump could serve jail time for, I'm not entirely sure what he did. If Trump could serve jail time, I believe Obama can too. Like, people need to stop being hypocrites. If you send Obama to jail, you're racist. That's the first thing the Democrats are going to say. Obama, he's a terrible president. I mean, it's amazing that he won, and he's the first black man president and stuff like that. Blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. And isn't he an immigrant? I'm confused. That itself should be a sentence, okay? But I don't know. Obama, and then his supposedly wife, Big Mike. I don't know if Michelle's a woman or not. I generally don't know. I'm not really that interested. But she runs over him. And he talking about Obama talking about he glad that he free Gaza junk up here, this vandalism. I don't know what that stuff is. Everybody just stop fighting, stop dying, as Trump said. But Obama over here talking about he glad he didn't have no sons. She is pretty down there. She's wearing a skirt and everything. She is pretty down there, brunette. But Obama, he was a terrible president. He talking about he glad he didn't have no sons because he knew they're gonna be misogynistic and stuff like that. Man, going somewhere. Just going somewhere. Ben Carson, maybe you need to be the better black president. You need to be better black president. Ben Carson, if you run, I'd probably vote for him. But this is why I cannot support the Democratic Party. We need Republicans because the Dems, they're just a mess. Obama's a terrible president. I gotta go. This is a pretty black woman here. How you doing? Yeah, but anyways, she's pretty actually. Yeah, she's pretty. But yeah, that's the gambit. Yeah, I'm done. Obama's a terrible president. Yeah, if somehow they had him to Obama versus Trump election, I'm definitely voting for Trump. Screw Obama. He's a cuck and all that, and a stupid president. All right, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.